Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Well, I haven't made a video in like 3 days for the simple fact that I've been busy. So, last night, Per made a comment on my newest video that I just released that he hadn't been writing me because I have been so busy. So, I have an update, and that's why I'm making this video right now. So, let me show you what I've been up to. So, everybody knows that right now I'm having money issues. So, and recently I have had some tip jar donations. And with those donations, I have put that money to use on making it a little bit easier for me to try to make money. So, as you can see, the posts have been, I've started painting the post. I have to redo these back two for the simple fact that these are too wobbly because they don't go all the way down to the bottom, and that's what I need to recorrect. So, and these have been cut too narrow. They need to be tight fitting and they're not. So I have to redo these, which is not a big deal because I can still use these boards for the front. It'll just be a 4-foot section, and that'll be coming up. So what I have used those tips for: one, the paint; two, to get the truck back on the road. So, and if you've looked at my past videos, you will have noticed that the taillights have changed. They're not broken anymore. So that's one thing that I used the money for, is to buy new taillights. I also used the money for the engine compartment. I went and bought the distributor cap and rotor and wires, and the cap and the rotor are now in the truck. I have to replace the wires, but when I do that, I need to get spark plugs. Unfortunately, I did not have enough to get the spark plugs because those are going to run me like $40, because this truck takes a certain spark plug, and if you use something other than what it calls for, it'll run, but it won't run to its performance, to what it's supposed to be. So, and I've also been collecting how-to stuff. I have this up here. This will be a video. That TV will be a video. I've already done radiator video. Now, in my last video, you saw me take furnace motors out of their carriage. And unfortunately, as I was doing it, because I did it on the ground and using my legs, the whole time that I did that video, I really did not think about using a bucket. uh, and that came from I don't want to mess up the name, and I think it's Jamar. Uh, I think, but his last name, the last name is Rockstad. So if I did pronounce that name wrong, I am sorry. I'm not very good with, you know, hard names, and that is a name that I'm not used to. So, and, you know, I picked that up, for a how to video. But, I thought it was a porcelain, but that's not porcelain. It's too heavy to be porcelain, but you see the brass and the copper on it. That's what I'm going to take off. Uh, but I got like a. But thank you very much for that suggestion. And I did make a comment, you know, stating that I never thought of it. And I did. The whole time I was sitting there trying to think of what to use. For the life of me, a bucket did not come to mind. So, but, and then I made another contact. This contact actually buys storage units. And I put an ad up on Facebook Marketplace well, not the marketplace, but in a group for my hometown, stating that I would pick up any electronics, any metal, you know, for free, no charge, and that was one of them. So I've made a new contact on that. He said he's thrown out dozens and dozens of these, and unfortunately they went to the landfill. But he says he's going to keep my number. I have to go drop one of my old cards off to where he is at and get that done. But today I have to do some rearranging again. Yeah, my life story, rearranging. So I have to rearrange this stuff. That fish tank is going bye-bye. I'm tired of having it. It's time to get rid of it. I have started it out at $150 because those fish tanks, brand new, go for $4,000 or $5,000. It's a custom-made saltwater tank. You don't have to use it for salt water, but they're expensive. And, you know, I had one girl who really, really wanted it, and she offered me $80 for it, but the thing is the woman never even had the money to begin with. You know, don't make offers you can't come up with. And then every time I tried to, oh, we don't have the money right now, then why did you make an offer? You know, stop. You know, I'm not going to hold on to things. But now last night I did another pickup, and now this is the first time I've ever picked these things up, and I'm going to say without the doubt that these are the heaviest things that I've ever picked up. These are the new front end loader washing machines. These things are extremely heavy. They're like 10 times heavier than the other ones. But this was a result of my ad in the local paper. This one, that dishwasher back there, that is the water. That's the dryer, I believe, or vice versa. And then, so those two things. I mean, it took me a while to get those in there. I mean, and then that fan. So that's going to be a how-to video. That's going to be a how-to video. That's going to be a how-to video. I'm just going to take the motor out of the dishwasher and pretty much dump it. And last but not least, this 55-inch flat screen TV will be its own video. It's cracked at the base, so, but this thing is also heavy. But these two things right here, this was actually one long piece, but look, has metal and styrofoam. This thing was heavy too, but most of the weight comes from the styrofoam, so, but that came from the storage unit lady that I pick up from. You know, I was already driving back, you know, to where I live, and she called, well, I had called to see, since I was already going to go by her place, to see if she had, you know, anything for me to pick up while I was in the neighborhood. And she came up with this. I will also be getting, well, I don't know yet, but there's a 68 Mercury Cougar that's sitting on the premises, which she's trying to figure out how to go about getting the title and everything. So I will be taking that. You know, I've already, well, that's if this other guy comes through and finds a buyer for it. But the car it is a project car. Everything is there. It looks like the motor is in it because, you know, when the motor is out of the car, it usually sits up higher. But this is all squatted all the way down. So the motor is pretty much in there, and I believe the tranny is. So that's what I got to do. And then she also gave my number to another gentleman who has a rental space there. And apparently he has a car hauler that he wants to get rid of. I don't know if he wants to sell it, but she said there's a possibility that he was just going to give it to me because he does not want to pay the storage on it, nor does he want his name on the title anymore. So I told her that if he wants to get rid of it, you know, just flat out take his name off the title, tell him to sign the title, give it to you, and I'll come and haul the trailer away. Because it's a nice trailer. All the wheels are, you know, they're aired up and everything. But the guy just doesn't have room out of his place to, you know, to store it, and he doesn't want to pay another storage unit. And so that is one thing that may be in the works. But she did call him. She did give him my name and my phone number, but she left a message, and as of right now, I have not heard from him. So that is also something that is a possibility. The thing is if it does come reality, I've already gotten rid of the trailer and possibly the car. But we have to find out from DMV about the car first, and unfortunately, DMV takes forever. But yeah, so that is what has been going on. This is what I have been dealing with. Uh, haven't made very much money, so any and all tips that I do receive, I put back. Either it goes into this truck to get this truck on the road because I need this up ASAP. As of right now, all I need for the truck is spark plugs and the registration, which is going to be probably about $125. Because that's what it was for this van. So I'm roughly guessing it at about 125. Well, actually, no. The van was 90 because it's a 95. This, I believe, will be about 120. And then the spark plugs, which is another 40 something dollars. That's all I need. Oh, and I did also, with the tips, I did buy 2 sheets of the OBS board for the sides. I still need some more, but they are inside my inside storage. So that is what's happening so far. So, but I figured I'd give you guys an update on what I have been doing for the past 4 to 5 days. All this has occurred in that time frame. So slowly but surely, this truck is getting back up on the road. I've already paid the spot, which which I could have used for my other unit, but unfortunately, it is what it is. So, but that's what I've been doing. So, I just have not had the time to tape. And and that pallet's also mine too. That came from the property manager. So, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to, 1, get that fish tank out of there. 2, push this all the way back. 3, and I hate to do it, but these are going to be future teardowns. Get these things out of my truck and into that truck. Because I might have another washer and dryer to go pick up. Because the lady who had this and that and the dishwasher, there was another either washer or dryer, but it was up underneath and buried behind some shrubbery, and that's just way too much work for me. But yes, so to the person who made the tip donation, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I bought the lights, the paint, the distributor cap and rotor and wires. So a little bit more, and then I get some little bit more wood, and then we'd be good to go. So I will show you a progress once I fix these issues back here, but I need to get that going first. So, but yep, that's what I've been up to. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you everybody who has subscribed and hit the notification bell. Your comments, you know, are, what keep me going. You know, there's only one subscriber that really knows somewhat what's going on in my, well, two people, two subscribers, and that's and that's Scrap and Pallet Man. Because pretty much if I have questions about YouTube or anything, I call Paul, and he tells me. But he has come back to Nevada for a short period of time. So maybe, just maybe, we'll meet up again. And maybe you will actually get to see who I am. I haven't decided yet, but maybe just for one short time, I will interact in somebody else's video, because I know when Paul was up here on my last channel, I taped, he did not, and I really felt bad about that, because just like me, he needs content too. And it you know it kind of got to me, but I have not decided. I know it would be hard for him, to make a video just showing the lower part of the body and not my face, and that's just way too much work. Or even going into a software editing and blocking out my image, but who knows. But we'll see what goes on, and see if he wants to do it, or even if we meet up again, because I know he has a lot on his mind, and that's where his mind should be, is with what he's taking care of. So, but yeah, but that's what I've been doing. I hope you guys enjoyed. And as I always say, scrap it right, and make that money. Peace. Oh, and there will be a shout out video coming shortly. Later.